Ever feel like the world's a screaming circus? Too loud with fake laughter, too packed with hollow faces, too suffocating with meaningless chatter? Does the thought of another forced handshake or empty, "How you doing?" make your skin crawl? You're not weird, weak, or broken for wanting out, you're awake. You see what others don't, the chaos masquerading as connection. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, the unfiltered haven for men like us. Independent, relentless souls who wield stoic strength like a blade, carving our own path through a world obsessed with noise. Today we're tearing into why Sigma males don't just tolerate solitude. We crave it, we thrive in it. This isn't about shutting people out, it's about guarding what matters. Our peace, our purpose, our power. Buckle up for 11 raw truths that'll hit you like a freight train and leave you nodding, damn right. 1. The sanctuary of self, protecting inner peace. Sigma males aren't hiding from the world, they're building a fortress inside themselves. The endless drone of voices, the clatter of opinions, the buzz of pointless drama. It's not just noise, it's a wrecking ball smashing against the calm they've forged. This isn't cowardice or retreat, it's a calculated stand, a disciplined art of tuning out the static to hear their own pulse. Solitude isn't an escape hatch, it's their workshop, where the world's mess gets melted down into clarity and steel resolve. They know real toughness isn't flexing in a crowd, it's standing unshaken when the storm's gone quiet. Guarding this peace isn't optional, it's the bedrock of a life lived with grit and intention. Picture a warrior retreating to a mountaintop not to flee, but to sharpen his blade in silence. That's the Sigma way, mastering what's within because the outside can't be tamed. It's about owning your mind, not letting the world's chaos rent space in it. When you've tasted that kind of stillness, the idea of trading it for small talk feels like handing over gold for dirt. This is strength through control, a quiet power most will never grasp. 2. The uncompromising pursuit, a deep-rooted mission. A Sigma male's got a fire burning inside, a mission that's his alone, a compass pointing to something bigger than the herd can see. It's not some corporate ladder or ego trip, it's a calling that demands every ounce of focus he's got. Chit-chat at a bar? Smiling for the sake of politeness? That's not just dull, it's a thief siphoning energy from the work that defines him. He's not rude, he's ruthless about what matters. He'd rather wrestle with a problem in the dead of night than waste breath on someone who'll never get it. Impact doesn't come from clapping crowds, it comes from the lone grind, the solitary breakthroughs. Think of a sculptor chipping away at marble while the party rages downstairs. He doesn't hear the noise because his hands are shaping something eternal. That's the Sigma's edge, he lives for the craft, not the applause. He knows the world loves a joiner, but greatness bows to the one who dares to stand apart. It's not loneliness, it's loyalty to a purpose that won't bend for anyone. 3. Rejecting the masquerade, disdain for superficial performance. The social game today's a glittery mess. People strutting with fake smiles, flexing for likes, drowning in their own hype. To a Sigma, it's a circus of clowns and he's not buying a ticket. He's got no time for the look at me dance or the endless scroll of polished lies, it turns his stomach. He wants raw, real, unscripted truth, not some rehearsed performance. Standing in a room full of actors playing parts makes him feel like the only man alive. Stepping away isn't spite, it's survival, a middle finger to a game he'll never play. Imagine a wolf watching a pack of dogs beg for treats. That's the Sigma staring down the social charade. He's not impressed by your follower count or your loudest brag because he's measuring you by what's real. Living true to himself isn't just a choice, it's oxygen. The crowd can keep their masks, he'd rather breathe free than suffocate in their spotlight. 4. The rare resonance, scarcity of true kin. Ever try explaining a galaxy to someone who only sees streetlights? That's the Sigma's daily grind. His mind runs deep, thoughts like rivers, values like stone, and most people splash around in puddles. Crowds don't bring him closer, they make him feel farther away, a stranger in a sea of blank stares. He's not stuck up, he's starving for a spark, a soul who gets the frequency he's on. Solitude beats the letdown of shallow nods every time. He'll wait for the real ones, the rare ones, over faking it with the rest any day. It's like he's tuned to a signal the world can't pick up, crisp, clear, and cutting through the static. He accepts most won't hear it and he's at peace with that. Wasting energy on half conversations? Not his style. He'd rather sit with his own thoughts than beg for understanding from a room that'll never deliver. That patience, that quiet trust in what's rare, it's his power. 5. Sovereign territory, owning their existence. A Sigma male's life is his kingdom, his rules, his borders, his throne. He doesn't owe you a map to his mind or a defense for his choices. Asking why gets you silence, not because he's hiding but because he's free from the need to prove a damn thing. That's not rebellion, that's royalty. He's not here to audition for your approval or explain why he'd rather think than talk. His energy's for building, not begging, and he guards it like a king guards his crown. Picture a man standing on his own ground, unshaken by the winds of judgment blowing past. That's the Sigma, rooted in himself, not swaying for anyone. He knows the world loves a pleaser, but he's not in the business of bowing. His strength is in that stillness, that refusal to bend. It's not about walls, it's about owning every inch of who he is. 6. The built-in toxin sensor, instinctive distancing. Sigma males smell the rot before it hits. Fake smiles, hidden knives, energy leeches lurking in friendly masks. It's not paranoia, it's a sixth sense sharp as a blade from years of watching the world spin. One whiff of manipulation or whining and he's gone. Door shut, no debate. It's not personal, it's primal, a reflex to keep his head clear and his soul clean. He'd rather walk alone than wade through poison. Trust isn't a gift he hands out, it's a fortress and only the real get past the gates. Think of him as a hawk circling high, spotting trouble long before it strikes. He doesn't judge, he protects, pulling back to save his strength for what's worth it. The world's full of takers and he's not their prey. That radar, that gut, it's his shield, keeping the noise and the liars at bay while he soars above it all. 7. The firewall against conformity, guarding individuality. Society's a machine grinding down edges to churn out carbon copies. Same dreams, same lines, same safe little boxes. The Sigma male's the wrench in its gears. His uniqueness isn't a phase, it's his heartbeat and he'll fight tooth and nail to keep it pumping. Crowds want you to blend, to shrink, to nod along, he'd rather break than bow. Solitude's his shield, blocking the pressure to melt into the masses. He's not here to fit, he's here to stand out raw and real. Imagine a lone oak in a field of trimmed hedges, tall, wild, unbending. That's him rooted in his own soil, not pruned by someone else's rules. Conformity's a cage and he's got the key: distance. He knows the world fears what it can't control and he revels in that. It's not defiance, it's destiny. 8. The cost of connection, energy as sacred currency. Every handshake, every "hey, how's it going" pulls from a Sigma's tank, and he's not wasting a drop. Small talk's a vampire, sucking life from a reserve he guards like gold. He's not cold, he's careful, treating his energy like a warrior treats his rations. Solitude's where he refuels, where he keeps the flame alive for what really counts. He'll spend on the deep stuff, real talk, real stakes, but not on the noise of just because. Crowds drain, silence restores. Picture a man rationing water in a desert, not spilling it on sand. That's the Sigma, saving his strength for the battles that matter. He knows most won't get it, why he skips the party, why he's hard to reach. But he's not here to be understood, he's here to stay whole. Energy's his power and he spends it like a king, not a beggar. 9. Misunderstood Sentinels, navigating misconceptions. Call him quiet and they'll say he's rude. Call him solo and they'll whisper he's lost. The Sigma male's a riddle to a world that loves loud and obvious. He's deep water in a puddled town. People slap labels on what they don't get, missing the fire under his calm, the strength in his stillness. It wears thin, dodging their wrong guesses, so he steps back. Solitude's not a punishment, it's a refuge from the noise of being misread. He's a lighthouse, not a billboard, steady, not screaming for eyes. He doesn't care if you miss the signal, he's not flashing it for show. The world's quick to judge what it can't crack, but he's beyond that game. Let them talk, he'll keep shining, alone and unbreakable for the few who see. 10. Freedom's crucible, intellectual and creative autonomy. A Sigma's mind is a wild frontier. No fences, no leash, no herd trampling the grass. Lock him in a room of Me Too thinkers, and he'll claw his way out. Groupthink's his kryptonite. He needs space to wrestle ideas, to paint bold strokes, to chase what's never been caught. Solitude's his oxygen, fueling a brain that won't kneel to normal. He's not running from people, He's running toward something bigger, something his. The world's rules choke genius, he breaks them to breathe. Think of a lone inventor in a shed, sparking a revolution while the city sleeps. That's the Sigma, free, fierce, forging in the dark. He knows the crowd loves safe and same, but he's not here for comfort. His mind's a blade and solitude's the whetstone. Cut him loose and he'll carve a legacy. 11. The authenticity imperative, rejecting shallow waters. Sigma males don't dip toes in the kiddie pool of fake laughs and let's network grins, it's sink or swim and they'd rather dive deep or stay dry. They can't stomach the shallow end, talk with no meat, bonds with no root. They hunt for real, for souls that match their weight, not flimsy floaters drifting by. Crowds feel like quicksand when there's no substance to grab. Alone they stand firm in their truth, waiting for the rare ones worth the dive. Trust's not cheap, it's gold and they don't toss it to the wind. Imagine a man at sea scanning for land, not chasing mirages. That's him, steady, seeking depth in a world of waves. He's not antisocial, he's anti-bullshit, holding out for what's true. The herd can splash all it wants, he's built for the deep and he'll wait for it, unshaken. You staring at this screen, feel that spark? That itch to break free, to guard your soul, to chase what's yours? That's the Sigma in you roaring, and this is your call to feed it. You're not just watching, you're stepping into a brotherhood of men who get it, who live it, who fight for it every damn day. Sigma male community isn't a channel, it's a lifeline for warriors like us, forging wisdom and grit in a world gone soft. Reflect on this. What's your sanctuary? What's your mission? How do you cut the noise? Take these 11 truths and wield them, make them yours. If this hit you hard, smash that like button, drop a comment with your fight, share this with the lone wolves who need it. Subscribe? Turn on notifications, don't miss the fire we're bringing next. You're not alone in this, you're ahead of the pack. Stay fierce, brothers.